Hey y'all, it's your girl Queenbrett. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Please watch the entire video and please follow me on all social media platforms. We about to get into this when rap legends checked stupid interviews. I'm excited to see this. I'm sorry, when they check stupid interviewers. So yeah, let's get into this. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Little disclaimer, okay?
He took a line from you and you took the same line from another.
And you fat as fuck and shut the fuck up, man.
Clearly, Lil Wayne answers to no one.
Is that an interview that you actually gave with Katie Couric?
That's a stupid ass question. You just saw me on there giving an interview with her.
Okay.
All right, you can leave now.
This is my hotel. I paid for this motherfucker. You can leave now.
From the time Kodak Black walked out of an interview for the dumb questions he was being asked, to the time Cameron threatened to expose an interviewer about some dirt he knew about him. These are times when rap legends checked stupid interviewers. Kicking things off with Snoop Dogg because when he was on tour in Norway back in 2011, things got heated between him and one reporter because Snoop was scheduled to appear at an event but was 5 hours late due to being held up at the airport. And when he thought the reporter was trying to call him out for it, he immediately went off on the guy.
You're 5 hours late here. And
Man, shut the fuck up. Come on, man.
no, we just saw you on Twitter from the
I'm in there
border.
about 5 hours late. I'm here. Nigga, be happy I'm here and ask some real questions.
Yeah, I was just wondering why you were so late, and I saw you were twittering about you being stopped at the border.
I was late because I went to go get some chicken wings. That's why I was late. Because I wanted to go see Norway up close and personal and visit the old folks home. I went to a convalescent home. That's why I was late.
And after the way things started off, Snoop was in no mood for any more annoying questions, and so he soon ended the interview.
How's the parting be changing?
I don't party.
You don't?
No.
All right, next one.
Yeah, get this motherfucker.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The first question.
It didn't look like the interviewer was intentionally trying to piss Snoop off, but the same can't be said for DJ Academics, who seemed to have it out for Soulja Boy and got checked for it. In an episode of Complex's Everyday Struggle, Soulja Boy was having a sit-down with a few interviewers, including DJ Academics, and halfway through the interview, things started getting a little heated, since Soulja felt like Academics and the others were picking on him and unfairly comparing his success to that of other rappers, as well as making fun of his hairline.
No, I said Tiger had a record. I said Soulja Boy had a movement. I came with I'm the first rapper to come out with a video game console. Tiger ain't got no fucking video game console. I made $1 million in less than a month, 14 days.
Got the hairline plugs?
Now you trolling. I'm not joking and not none of that shit.
Go ahead,
I'm very passionate and very for real about everything I'm saying to y'all. I'm not doing no joking with y'all. I'm not doing no playing with y'all. Everything is dead serious. Fact.
Soulja is known to have a big mouth, and he continues to brag, talking about why other rappers hate him. Academics then brings up Soulja's Gucci headband.
Soulja Boy looks so sucked in. Like he wasn't eating enough, or I don't know.
Seen wearing many times. That's when Soulja starts flexing some racks on Academics to remind him that he still got money.
I'm really and truly a genius, and niggas hate me. They hate on me because I'm rich. I look better than them. I probably f they bitch. They bitch like me. I'm a pretty nigga. I look good. I'm sexy. It is what it is.
That Gucci headband, though, like,
no, nigga. You know what? This is a worse thing because y'all keep clowning me. I'm gonna wear it even more so y'all can keep talking. I love it, bro.
You need to
I love what y'all talking. I can go back.
Oh, Drake, hold up.
For the rack shadows.
Oh,
I can go buy, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking 30 of these headbands, bro.
Things escalate further when Academics brings up Drake, causing him and Soulja to start arguing since Soulja claimed Drake stole his flow. During the argument, Soulja also calls Academics a hater for trying to discredit him every chance he gets.
What about Drake then? You said Drake took your line.
I made Drake.
I seen on
I told
Twitter.
Drake everything he know.
How? They said the
Nigga.
line he took from you took from Shorty Low.
Now, but I don't give a fuck. He
What's
didn't
up?
take that
What's
line.
happening?
But he didn't
Like,
take that line from Shawty Low. He took it from Soulja Boy.
How you know he take it from Shorty
Because
Low?
he told me. Stupid.
So why you ain't
Man,
get
yo, you just typing in. You a hater.
That's not hater.
You try to pull up the bullshit behind it. Nah, everybody know Drake stole my flow, bro. And that's the end of it.
He took a line from you and you took the same line from another.
Man, you fat as fuck, and nigga, shut the fuck up, man.
Even if Soulja was sort of clowning academics, he really was trying to defend himself. This next rapper, though, gave the most disrespectful interview on this list, and right in front of a judge, too. Back in 2012, Lil Wayne was filing a lawsuit against Quincy Jones III over a documentary that was made about him. As part of the process, he had to sit with the defendant's lawyer and a judge to present his case. But the lawyer started off by asking a pretty annoying question about one of Wayne's interviews they had literally just watched, which pissed Wayne off.
Clearly, Lil Wayne answers to no one.
Is that an interview that you actually gave with Katie Couric?
Is that an interview that I actually gave with Katie Couric?
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Hey, well, that's not the question.
What's his name?
Pete Ross.
Huh?
Pete Ross.
Pete Ross, that's a stupid-ass question. You just saw me on there giving an interview with her.
Okay. So that was you.
As the interview went on, it was obvious Weezy had no interest in actually answering any of the interviewer's other questions, since he didn't take the whole thing seriously.
Did you perform at the Virgin Mobile Music Fest in 2008 with Kanye West?
Crawfish etouffee. Sorry, dude. Sorry, guys.
I don't know, but I know I did perform at this bad bitch birthday party recently.
Isn't it something that you would remember if your album, The Carter 3, was the biggest selling album of the year in 2008?
Isn't it something? That's the question I have to answer, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Isn't it something?
You could do the best trying to answer it.
Yeah, it's something out of your... That's my answer. Yeah, it is something out of your...
The interviewer then goes through Wayne's history of run-ins with the law, asking Wayne if he remembers them, but Wayne denies recalling even one of those incidents.
Do you recall that in the summer of 2007, you were arrested in New York City following a performance at the Beacon Theater?
I don't recall that.
Do you recall that police in New York City discovered a .40 caliber pistol on you, on your person?
I don't recall that.
I don't recall that neither.
After not being able to recall anything for about 10 more questions, the interviewer eventually gives up and asks Wayne to describe his image in the media.
How would you describe your image in the media?
How would I describe my image in the media?
Yes.
I wouldn't describe it.
Well, how would you describe it if you had to?
I don't have to.
Wayne keeps cutting the interviewer off and eventually lets him know that the judge won't save him outside the court. And the interviewer asks Wayne if he's putting threats on him.
I don't portray myself as anything. An image is self-described.
Well, you have to wait till I'm done with the question.
I don't have to wait to anything, honestly. I mean, this guy right here may tell me that I have to wait, but personally, I don't have to do nothing.
Go ahead, ask the question.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you like
He can't save you, right? In the real world. That guy right there. He can't save you in the real world. Just so you know.
What does that mean?
I don't have to elaborate.
Is
That's your next question.
Is that a threat against
No,
us?
it's not.
Lil Wayne maintained that attitude for the rest of the interview, but that wasn't the only time he had to shut down an interviewer, because on another occasion, he got so pissed off that he ended the interview and walked out. It was in a 2016 sit-down with ABC, and things first started taking a turn when the interviewer brought up the controversial side of Wayne's songs.
What do you say to people who call your music vulgar, misogynistic, offensive, degrading?
No, if that's what you think about the music, if that's what you categorize it under, then so be it. All those things made me who I am, and I am a very successful man. Please keep looking out for more, because it's coming, baby.
After getting Wayne's answer, the interviewer probably wanted to see if he'd go back on what he said. So she asked how Wayne would feel if his daughter was called the same names he used to refer to women in his raps.
So your daughter, would you have any problem with her being called a or a hoe?
Yeah, if they calling her a hoe, I have a huge problem with that. Yeah, but I've never called a certain female my name out, unless I got a real big problem with her. Yeah.
But the last straw was when she asked about Wayne's opinion on the Black Lives Matter movement. Wayne starts by letting her know how he truly feels about it, saying even the name of the movement is inaccurate.
What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea is that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on. It's not a name. It's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police and for
up reason.
The interviewer still doesn't let up, and Wayne has to let her know that Black lives do matter, but he at the same time doesn't feel connected to the movement, which he called dumb, adding that the only thing he's connected to is the hood.
I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matters, especially to my.
Do you separate yourself from it?
I don't feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you do, you crazy. You connected to this flag right as I'm connected. I'm a gangbanger, man. I'm connected.
Wayne eventually got fed up and left the interview upset, saying he wasn't no politician to be answering such questions.
He ended our interview angrily.
Politician.
And the interviewer should have known how Wayne was going to react to questions like that, because he's been on the record for saying he didn't believe in racism, telling a story about how a white man saved his life when he was just a kid.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself. I was in the house. Police knocked on the door. I was right there. It took one guy to stop right there and just cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Like, what the f are y'all doing? He said, you drive. Pick me up. Brought me to the hospital. He said, don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob. He was white as snow. The that hopped over me was blacker than me.
Was he a cop?
Yeah, he was a cop, and my life was saved by a white man. I don't know what racism is.
But Wayne is known to get into heated situations often. Jay-Z, on the other hand, isn't. But he also had to check this interviewer for making a simple yet common mistake in their interview. It went down back in 2010 when he was on the Charlie Rose show to talk about his new book. Later in the interview, the host asks about Tupac. That's when Jay lets him know that he's not saying the name right.
Tell me about Tupac.
Can I explain something here tonight? That's white people always. Be careful. Be careful. I can say this because I'm so not a racist. White people call Tupac.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
I know. I get it. If it was Tupac, it would have a K.
Jay-Z also lets the host know that he's not the only guy who makes a mistake. But hopefully, people will start to get the name right now.
You're not the first. Hopefully, after tonight, you will be the last.
While Jay-Z wasn't trying to make an issue out of the situation, Kodak Black was clearly irritated by this next interviewer's attitude and dumb questions, and ended up walking out of their interview. In 2018, Kodak Black was on the Ebro in the Morning show to talk about his music, but things started getting awkward right from the start when Ebro introduced Kodak and let him know he wasn't initially sure about doing the interview with him because of how Kodak appeared in previous interviews.
Yo, man, first of all, I gotta be honest, I was skeptical on doing this interview. I saw your other interviews where you was wearing like a ski mask and all that, and I was like, I'm not really interested in talking to this, but
Kodak wasn't even tripping on Ebro starting the interview like that. But when Ebro brings up the case Kodak had at the time, saying they take the crime he was accused of very seriously, Kodak was obviously upset, even if he didn't say anything at first.
Look, man, at this point, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. You know, looking at all your cases and everything you've been through, and I know the recent one right now is very sensitive. And with respect to, you know, everybody involved in that case, you know, we can't get into details today. But, you know, we take sexual assault here serious. And we can't, you know, get into details, but we hope, you know, to have you back so we can have a deeper conversation about that because, you know, it's a serious topic. And we're hearing these stories a lot.
One of the other co-hosts tries to salvage the awkward situation by bringing up another topic, but Kodak checks everyone on the show since he said it looked like they were being entertained by what he was going through, threatening to walk out of the interview, which he soon did.
Kodak, do you believe that our moon landing in 1969 actually took place?
What the fuck y'all talking
about? You seem upset that I brought it up.
I feel like sometimes when like we going through shit, like y'all be entertained by bullshit. You know what I'm talking about?
They do.
So it's like change the subject. I'm finna walk out.
We'll change which subject?
Cause whatever. Like.
Well, no, they tried to change the subject. They was talking about the moon landing.
That's bullshit too. So talk about something else.
Well, I was saying, I think...
We don't have to talk about nothing else. We could be done right here.
All right, I'm going. Say less.
Nigga. Period.
That's a bummer.
And like Ebro, another interviewer who's known to ask unsettling questions is DJ Vlad, and he got checked for it too by a rap legend. We're talking about U-God of the iconic rap group Wu-Tang Clan, because a few years ago, he was on Vlad TV to give an interview, but right off the bat, you could tell he wasn't all that interested in talking to Vlad.
All right, here we go. U-God, welcome to Vlad TV.
What's up, big man?
Everything good, man. Huge, long time fan of you, man.
Yeah. A few minutes in, Vlad, in his usual fashion, brings up U-God's past, talking about when he was hustling. And U-God immediately checks him, since it looked like Vlad already knew the answer to the question he was asking, and just wanted his guest to admit to it on the show.
Now, during the time, though, you were hustling.
You asking me or you telling me?
Well, I mean, I've seen your other interviews, so I guess I'm asking you, but I kind of already know the answer.
So what you asking me for then?
Yeah.
Vlad does it again, asking U-God about being locked up during the initial stages of Wu-Tang Clan. But U-God checks him again, telling him to stop acting like he doesn't already know the story.
So the Wu-Tang Clan starts to form, and you guys start to work on the first project. How much of it did you actually see come together? Because at one point you end up getting locked up.
Look at his face.
You know the damn story, Vlad, man. Stop acting like you don't know the damn story, man. You know I was locked up.
But Vlad wasn't done asking cliche questions, because he also asked U-God if he knew how big Wu-Tang Clan's debut album was going to be. U-God goes off at Vlad again, telling him artists can't predict stuff like that.
When you heard the whole album get put together, did you think that this was going to be something as big as what it became, or was it just another cool project?
Whatever, man. I don't understand why people even ask that, man. You just do the work and you just put the work in. Whatever happens, happens.
Right.
As an artist,
as a person, how could you ever really predict how big or how small something gonna be? How could you ever predict that? Like, for example, my YouTube channel. I can predict where I'll be, where my YouTube career gonna go. Whether it's gonna, you feel me? Like, we can't predict that shit. But we want it to skyrocket, you feel me? And I need y'all help. Support is free.
I don't see no artists out here sucking their own dick until they shit becomes successful. You never know how big it's gonna be until you're in there, man. you keep asking me, did you know how big you was gonna be, motherfucker? Did you? No, and until you did the damn shit, didn't you?
All right. And this wasn't the only time a rapper checked Vlad on his own show, because Lil Baby practically called Vlad out for being a fed after he said some suspicious stuff during one of their interviews. Their interview started off normal, but Vlad eventually started talking about Lil Baby's history of criminal activities, bringing up the time Baby got locked up for 2 years, and Lil Baby didn't mind talking about it at first.
You ended up kind of getting lucky initially, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, tell me about that.
Actually, I had one lawyer, he trying to make me take 2 years, but I hired a new lawyer. The new lawyer got me a program for 6 months. Supposedly 6 months.
But Lil Baby soon got concerned, since it looked like Vlad knew too much about what went down while he was in prison.
So you started to get into fights essentially in the program?
Yeah, it was like a zero tolerance program, you know what I'm saying? Like, for nothing. So I got into a fight, you know what I'm saying? And that sent me back.
Okay, you got into a fight with a white dude.
Exactly.
Was it like a racist thing? Was it like whites and blacks kind of clicked up in there?
How you know that?
Well, that's just how prison is most times.
I'm talking about how you know I got into it with a white dude, though.
I think you may have mentioned it in the past.
No one knows for sure why Vlad keeps asking Fed questions, but that's the main thing about him that some rappers don't rock with. This next interviewer, however, is known to be arrogant, but she had no idea Offset came prepared for her. Offset linked up with podcaster Bobby Altoff, who's known for doing interviews with rappers on a podcast and acting entitled during the interviews. So during this particular interview, Offset was obviously prepared and wanted to give her a taste of her medicine. A few minutes into it, Offset starts trolling her for the way she says the word back.
Do I have what?
Tattoos.
Do you have any tattoos?
Well, I do.
Where?
I have one on my back, and I actually just got one on my arm.
On your what?
My back. Do you not have a back?
You kind of said back. What's that? Like Maybach? It was kind of Maybach-ish.
I didn't say that.
You said back.
Play it back.
Play it back. Guaranteed you said back.
I guarantee I didn't. And when we play this
B-A-C-H.
back, when we play this back. You're not going to hear that.
After that, Offset also checks her for being late to their interview and wasting his time. And after she explains herself, he lets her know that he doesn't accept her apology.
Why were you late to our interview?
It was 5 minutes.
I mean, 5 minutes, you're like...
Because I tried to valet my car. I was trying to valet my car. I pulled up at 6:55. I would have got here on time. You said 7. And they were like, where's the card?
You gotta be on time, man.
Okay. Thank
Wasting
you.
people time and shit.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I don't accept your apology the same way you didn't accept mine.
When did I accept your apology?
I don't remember either.
It was starting to look like Offset had it out for her because he also calls her out for lying about taking a drink before the interview started and clowns her for it.
I'm just letting you know I watched you take a drink.
Oh, that's true.
Prior to the interview? You forgot?
I did.
There's a cup on the table that's not water. And
I
you were
had
drinking
a
it.
sip of it.
So you're a
Okay,
liar.
but that's not what I was
You a liar.
that's not the point of what I was saying.
Nah, what it is, you a liar.
Can you let me finish my sentence?
No. You don't let liars finish the sentence. You lied to everybody. Why did you lie? How about that?
Towards the end of the interview, Offset is hyping her up, trying to be nice. But when he held out his hand for a handshake, she probably didn't understand the gesture. And Offset clowns her again for not having what he called seasoning.
What up, pimpin'? She got the voice, the tone. She's on. You better catch it before it's too late. In a minute, she gonna be charging $25 million an interview. Tell her.
Yeah, I will be.
Tell her.
Tell them.
You gotta shake my hand.
Oh.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken just on the thing. You pull it off, and then you serve the dish. You need some motherfucking seasoning, man.
Bobby then tells Offset he can leave. That's when he reminds her who paid for the hotel they were in the first place.
Just a little
Have a
sprinkle
great
of
day,
seasoning.
Offset.
Just a little seasoning.
All right, you can leave now.
This is my hotel. I paid for this month. You can leave now.
And talking about rappers putting interviewers in their place, we gotta talk about Kanye West, who's never scared to speak his mind. In 2018, Kanye West was a hot topic for a lot of things, including him supporting Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. And in an interview with TMZ, he turned up rocking the same MAGA hat that had caused a fuss earlier that year, probably to intentionally piss off TMZ. During the interview, the interviewer asked Ye a question, which he has a tough time answering. But when the dude suggests a segment break, Ye checks him, saying he just needs some time to think about his answer.
You
want me to repeat?
No.
Well, why don't we do this? Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to
we're not going to Jimmy Kimmel the situation.
No, we're going to come right back.
No, we're not going to come right back.
Okay.
We're not going to Jimmy Kimmel the situation.
Fair enough.
We're going to give me time to think.
Okay. Fair enough.
You asked me a serious question, and I'm going to take some time to think about my answer. I'm going to use...
Right. I hate when people think just because it's an interview that you're supposed to ask a question, answer it. Ask a question, answer it. Ask a question, answer it. Baby, I gotta think. Because I might say some shit that I wasn't supposed to say. Or I gotta make sure I come off a certain way and it don't... I gotta make sure what I say don't come off a certain way. Especially for shit like this. Like, you feel me? Like, let this man think. Shit.
To my advantage in this situation. Now repeat the question.
Ye soon answered the question, but after they wrapped up the interviewer thanked Ye and asked if Ye could take the MAGA hat off, since he didn't like it. Ye, though, was obviously not happy with his request.
You are one of the more interesting people I've ever met in my life. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
Is there something you love about me?
Yes, I would love it, Kanye, if you would not wear that hat. It would make me and a lot of other people feel better. In fact, why don't we say, please take off the hat, Kanye? How's that?
It's not good.
Then I won't do it. Because you have a right to wear it. But
Exactly. First Amendment, baby. First Amendment. First Amendment.
And just like in that interview, this next interviewer also got pressed by a rapper on his own show, who even threatened to expose the host's criminal activities that he supposedly knew about. Way back in 2003, East Harlem rapper Cameron and record producer Damon Dash were on the O'Reilly Factor show to discuss the effects of rap music on American youth with Bill O'Reilly. And right from how the host introduced his guests, you could tell he had it up in youth. Sir Damon Dash were on the O'Reilly Factor show to discuss the effects of rap music on American youth with Bill O'Reilly. And right from how the host introduced his guests, you could tell he had it out for them.
So we decided to get Grammy-nominated Cameron, who raps about pimping and bitches and among other things, and rap producer Damon Dash, a co-founder of Rockefeller Records, together with Mr. Thomas L., who joins us now from Philly. Yeah, you know. You got it in your record Purple Haze right here.
A few minutes into the interview, O'Reilly questions Cameron about the bad influence his lyrics and lifestyle were potentially having on the younger generation, but Dash steps in to defend him.
What if an 11-year-old kid imitates you, Cameron? What if he uses four-letter words and he develops a lifestyle based upon the street? He gets tattooed, he gets all this. Yeah, well, let me just say, and then you can jump in. Do you feel badly about that?
No, I don't. Can I maybe interject? If a 11-year-old were to imitate Cameron, what they would be doing is becoming the CEO of their own company, controlling their own destiny, taking a bad situation and making it good.
Dash goes on trying to explain his point, but the host cuts him off. And that's when Dash calls O'Reilly out for not treating them fairly and goes on to explain what he was trying to talk about earlier.
They always want to highlight the negative shit. White man. Okay. Don't be doing our black brothers like that. And I am not racist. You feel me? I have white family members. Okay? Mexican family members. Black family members. You feel me? So, don't, you feel me? Don't do that. They want to highlight the negativity. They want to highlight the vulgar shit. But they don't want to highlight the fact that he's a CEO, the fact that he has his own record label or whatever Dame Dash just said. They don't want to highlight that. That's why he cut him off.
Another level, when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the Terminator, he was shooting up half of everyone in sight.
It's a cartoon, though. This is more real.
The Terminator is not a cartoon.
This is real, though, isn't it?
Well, no. Like everybody's rap is
This is real. It's not a Terminator cartoon. All right, Mr. Thomas L., what else do you want to ask these guys?
You didn't let me finish that. That wasn't very fair.
All right, go ahead.
If there's an unsupervised child, how is he to know whether it's real or not? How is he to determine what's real and what's not real? Who's to supervise him?
All right, do you think that the Terminator movies are just as damaging or more so than gangster
I would have to say being that there's a visual and being there's no explanation to him and being
visuals on these rap videos too, though.
But what I'm saying is it's glorified. There's no justification for all the shooting that goes on.
At one point, both Dash and Cameron started clowning O'Reilly since it looked like he was losing the argument and getting frustrated.
I'm making it cool to be smart.
All right.
I'm making it cool. Wait, let me.
It's not about business. It's about
you because you feel like it might give you better ratings to portray something negative within the image of hip-hop.
Negative to make money, Mr. Dash, if you hurt children.
How do you hurt children by promoting to be an entrepreneur and a CEO and to do right by?
Looking at a principle.
For example.
Hold it.
Why
you're looking at a principle.
Why you don't want to let him talk? You mad. Where'd you start? Current affair, right?
No, wrong.
Well,
you're looking
I got dirt on you, doggy.
Cameron,
I'm going to get at you in a minute.
You go ahead. You get at
I'm going to get at you in a minute.
Cameron wasn't capping about having dirt on O'Reilly because several years later, O'Reilly was tied to several sexual harassment allegations. So anyway, while O'Reilly clearly had it out for Cameron, at least he had an argument. This next interviewer, though, was clearly just trying to instigate a situation out of absolutely nothing. We're talking about Charlemagne and Post Malone. It all started when Posty appeared on the Breakfast Club show as an up-and-coming artist. You could already tell Charlemagne wasn't the biggest fan of Post Malone from the very start of the interview, when he made fun of Post's dad's job with the Dallas Cowboys and about being a white boy in the rap game.
And his dad, you actually used to work for the organization.
What was he, water boy?
He does. He still works for the organization. He's like head of concessions.
Are you afraid as a white rapper that you may be considered a culture vulture?
I don't think so. I'm not scared. I'm not scared because I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not.
True indeed.
I'm just trying to, I like what I like. And I don't think I'm biting off of a certain culture or copying a certain culture or trying to be part of a certain culture because, I like what I like.
Posty wasn't even trying to be upset, even if it was looking like Charlemagne didn't like him simply for being a white boy in the rap scene. And it looked even more so when Charlemagne asked him what he was doing to support the Black Lives Matter movement, which was obviously a question to put him on the spot.
What are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement?
What? I don't know.
Is that a serious question?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If anything.
I guess what I can do to help Black Lives Matter is I to keep making music. I don't know.
Got you.
I don't know.
I would have just said nothing. I mean, honestly.
Post Malone played it cool even when Charlamagne was giving him crap and tried to ignite some controversy from the Black Lives Matter question. Charlamagne, though, got so much hate after that interview from fans that the original interview was removed from the official Breakfast Club YouTube channel. And shortly after that, Posty was in a Rolling Stone interview where he said some negative stuff about Charlamagne. That's when it became clear that Charlamagne still had it out for Posty, because a while after that Rolling Stone interview, Posty was in a Rolling Stone interview where he said some negative stuff about Charlamagne. That's when it became clear that Charlamagne still had it out for Posty, because a while after that Rolling Stone interview, Charlamagne himself followed up with more hateful comments on Post Malone as a man and an artist.
In Rolling Stone, he says he wished he would have said, "What are you doing for Black Lives Matter?" Some sassy stuff to shut him up. Charlamagne is not a good person. He hates me because I'm white and I'm different, but we're still rocking and we're still successful and he can't stop it. See, the thing with Post Malone, which I find ironic, is that when he told Rolling Stone, if you're looking for lyrics, if you're looking to cry, if you're looking to think about life, don't listen to hip hop, he's describing himself. Because for you to call out hip hop for not having lyrics just makes you a hypocritical honky, a contradictory cracker. So Post, if you want more lyrics, you want music that makes people cry, you want music that...
I see why they took the interview down, because it's fucking racist. That's why. He sound fucking racist, for real. A honky, a cracker, that's like a white man calling us a nigger. Calling, you know, if a white man was to call him a nigger. Like, what? And nigger with the ER.
Would think about life, then go create it. But you can't, because you're not capable of doing it, because you're not as talented as you think you are.
These were times when rap legends checked stupid interviewers.
Okay, so tell me what y'all think about this entire video. Everybody that was brought up, all the interviewers, just you can timestamp and speak on it or whatever the case may be. Like this video, comment on this video, subscribe if you ain't already subscribed, and share it with a friend so they can subscribe. And please turn on post notifications on so you'll never miss when I drop a video. And please follow me on all social media platforms. But I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.